Evening, how are we all? Welcome. You're with Amira. This is Psychic Readings Live. I'm going to be doing a coffee cup for the collective for the new moon. The new moon's coming up very soon, and I hope you're all doing really well. So we're going to have a look at the cup and the saucer today, and then we're going to go into the super chat questions. If you'd like a question, you're most welcome to put one in or go to my website, AMIRA'S, and you can also go through the donation link there and let us know once that has been submitted. Minimum donation is $5 USD per topic per question, and you're welcome to donate here on the live or go to my website and do it through Cash App, Venmo, and Wise. Okay, so how are we, everybody? Hello, Amy, how are you? Or is that Cicely, I think. Hi, Cicely. Welcome. And I don't have any pre-orders today, so we'll do the coffee cup and then go directly into your super chat. So if you do have a super chat, please go ahead and put it in. Oh, Cicely! Yay! Okay, everyone, how's everyone going? And did anyone see the Pope's funeral live? Absolutely beautiful. Really emotional experience and very touching. The Pope was very amazing Pope. Yeah, amazing Pope. Yeah. And there have been some predictions. I think we can do some more predictions about who's coming up, but I did a bit of a answer somebody's question last time on the last live about who the next Pope might be. I haven't actually studied it or looked into it. I'm also going to be doing this huge candle for the collective for the new moon. I didn't have time to prepare it and start it off before the live today, but I'm going to be doing that this evening sometime, and then we'll get that candle going for the collective, and we'll be able to check in and see what messages are also in the candle wax, and just know that it is done with good intentions, with the intention of working for everybody watching the video. Yeah, so I'll do some shots of it as we go through, and as it's going down, as it's burning, as it's going down, I'll do some shots and keep you updated with that one, and pop them on YouTube, TikTok, and probably Instagram as well. All right, everyone, so here we go with the coffee cup for today. It's a very light cup. There's not a lot of grounds in there. Just having a look at the saucer first to see if there's anything specific. It looks like there's two little eyes here, looks like a Cupid doll or something, like little eyes blinking. Looks like one of those little Asian dolls or something. It looks really cute. Yeah, it looks like a little doll, a little face. It could be a little baby, a little face, a little doll. Somebody's winking at you. It looks like somebody's winking. Could be also somebody in and around the home, because the saucer is often the home where you live. It could be your baby, a child, a toy, a cat even, or a little puppy or something like that. Looks like there's an eye here of protection as well. So could be an evil eye that you're protected from, or being cast out towards you, but there's definitely a feeling of protection there. There's also three kind of phallic symbols coming down here. So there could be three people interested in you, three people trying to take you out, three people contacting you, or at least two. So there's two on this side and one on that side. And I feel like, yeah, there's one that is more consistent than the other, is what I want to say. It could be somebody coming to your house, visiting you, trying to take you out. Okay, I've got another little little baby sort of figure here as well. Some of you might be wanting to have a child or another child, or you've got a baby around you, and it's got like its hand on its hip. So there could be some sort of fun and games going on, some tantrums or fun and games going on, or some sort of feeling of defiance even, but in a fun way. I've also got a leopard. So leopards are amazing at camouflage, amazing at survival, amazing at finding their target. So that could also be a message to keep your eye on the target, keep your eye on what you want to do, where you want to live, how you want to live, what sort of family you want, because it's all in the family section here, the saucer, where the home. It could also be somebody is spying on you as well, because leopards do, spy on their prey. So just be aware of that. If that is the case, it's not going to be for everybody. It could also be just taking your sweet time with something, just taking your time to work something out, to calculate something and work something out. Yeah. So that's nice. Okay. Then I've got an N initial. It could also be a W for some of you. There's also a candle here. It looks like one of those candles like in Holy Communion. It's got kind of like a ring around it. There could be a vigil or some sort of ceremony at a church or some reason to go to church. Could also be a communion or a baptism or something along those lines. There's also a sense of a little child skipping towards something, so there can be some excitement around the home, something coming in around the home that is something to look forward to. Delightful is a word that comes to mind. There also is a star here. So somebody could be getting an award, some sort of achievement. You could be getting an achievement if you live by yourself. There could be some type of accolade or achievement coming to you by surprise, actually. Yeah, coming to you by surprise. If anyone sees anything else in the cup or the saucer, you're welcome to do a shout out and let me know, and I will give you a feedback on that one. Okay, so here underneath the handle, we'll start off with the handle and move in a clockwise direction. Looks like there's a lady here. She's sort of like relaxing, or it looks like a sun lounge. So somebody is enjoying the sun, enjoying leisure time, enjoying relaxing. Could be you. You might be going to the beach. You might be relaxing or enjoying leisure time in some way, going to the beach, etc. Or to the pool, or just relaxing in the garden. It's a nice time of year to do all of those sort of things, whether you're in the spring or the fall. It's a nice time of year. It's become one of the best times of year, I think, in general, due to the global warming and the hot summers that tend to follow. Okay, then we've got a horseshoe. We've also got a U initial, but a horseshoe. So I feel like there's luck coming in. There could also be a connection with horses, action, but there's definitely luck coming in. Some of you might get a horseshoe and put it somewhere. It could be, I'm getting an image of if some of you have those charm bracelets, you might be doing one of those. Getting a charm, a lucky charm, but there's a horseshoe here. Okay, I'm also getting here, there's like a seagull flying in the clouds. So there is news coming towards you, or there's news taking flight. You're sending off messages, or there's some news coming towards you. It could also be an aeroplane. So there's something coming towards you, some sort of action. There could be an aeroplane. You might be going on a trip. This could be going out. Sometimes the cup does go out to, say, 3 months, 3 to 6 months. personal cup can go out even for a year. So from the saucer moving on, that can be like about 2 to 3 months out. Got an F initial, a V initial, got a dragon here. So the dragon can be somebody under the sign of the dragon, or there could be some sort of connection with Asia, the Orient, China, Asia, or somebody Asian. There's a fish here underneath, so that's a nice bit of money here that's coming in, a nice big fish. So I feel like there's some news here with money, news here with a nice sum of money coming in, a nice bit of payment or resources coming towards you, a lump sum, it looks like. Oh, there's another fish here diving down, big fish actually. Looks like a tropical fish or a big fish sort of diving down, could be a trout even. I don't know, I'm getting an image of Canada around that for some reason. There could be some feeling of going to Canada, going somewhere in nature. Some of you might be planning a trip to where they have trout or rivers and streams, but I do see a fish here, a big fish. Some of you might land this job, land a big fish, land a big job, land a big win. Then they've got this beautiful bird here, this little fluffy, looks like a little chicken. So it looks like there's news coming in, community celebration coming in as well with the chicken, or the little chicken, chicklet. What else have I got here? I've got a Y initial. That's sort of part of the lady sleeping or lying on the lounger. There's not really a lot more in that cup today. You can say that there's an O initial as well at the bottom. Let's do a wish for the collective. All right. Looks like a kangaroo. Some of you might be flying Qantas or going somewhere where there's kangaroos, whether it's to a zoo or some connection with Australia, or you might have an Australian friend or meet somebody from Australia. There's a kangaroo or a wallaby here. There's also a ribbon that looks like an X. X initial, X person. And there's some mountains there as well. So I do feel like some of you have overcome some challenges. It could be to do, kangaroos are mean family in coffee cups. So it could be that you've overcome some challenges in the family dynamic. There could be somebody struggling with a particular illness in the family as well, and they might overcome this particular illness too. Just looking at that ribbon, it reminds me of something specific, as you can imagine. Yeah, so there's like 2 mountains there. So there's been 2 challenges or achievements coming up, which I feel are important and to be recognized. Okay, so I hope you all enjoyed that cup, everybody. And hope everyone's doing well. Thank you so much, Michi, for joining. Thank you for moderating. Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Super chats are open if you would like a super chat. And if anyone else has a general question, please go ahead and ask. Any other questions? How's everyone doing today? What's going on? Okay, did you like my big candle? Michi, I've got this big candle. I'm going to do it for the collective, for the new moon. Nice big green candle for the new moon in Taurus. So it's going to be quite good. Just a laid back Saturday, okay. Nothing eventful's happened except for the Pope. Okay, maybe we should pick a card for... Let's do a pick a card for a message for the new moon. 1, 2, or 3. Now let's do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Oh, Cicely's come up. Okay, the pick a card. We'll do the pick a card. 5 pick a cards. 5 pick a cards. 1 to 5. 1 through to 5. Just a little message for this new moon. Let's do a card. Pick a card. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 1, okay. Wishes coming true, feeling like you're getting what you want, feeling like you're on a winning streak, you've got a feather in your cap, you're in a content position. So some of you might be just content. Some of you are content with work, content with money, content with what you're doing, content with your job, or it's going to come about in that sense. You're going to get what you want. Number 2, okay. Sleepless nights. Some of you might be having insomnia, sleepless nights, finding it difficult to sleep. You could be stressed about something. Stressed about options and choices, not knowing exactly where to go and what to do, or where to invest your money, or how to invest it, or what to do with it, or what direction to go in with it, or with your life in general. There could be too many options and choices. You're not really sure exactly what avenue to go down. So that could be the situation with number 2. And it might be just a case of a wait and see. Number 2, wait and see what bubbles come to the surface, which one kind of bubbles up to be more interesting and attractive, but it might not be the right time to make a decision. It could be in the Gemini month is what I'm getting. So it could be a month from now. All right, then we've got the star for number 3. So a lot of you feeling like you're being noticed, your star is rising, you're feeling very energized, you're feeling on point, you've been noticed for your talents. Some of you might be studying astrology as well. The birds jumping out to me, I feel like you're going to get news about some news that is going to give you some sort of joy and happiness. Yeah. And it's going to help you come to a conclusion about something that you might have been judging or contemplating or thinking about. Number 4. All right, we've got some nice cards today. Strength and success. So strength, feeling very good, energized, feeling like you're in your power, feeling also well physically, or your health recovering or getting better if it hasn't been great. Feeling like you've got all your ducks in a row. I'm also getting these flowers jumping out at me today. There's sometimes that on these cards I get things jump out that I haven't ever seen before. Yeah, So I feel like there's romance coming up. Also for number 5, I feel like you're in a season of relaxation and feeling well about a lot of things. You've tamed the tiger. Some of you might have tamed somebody around you or tamed a situation. You feel like you've tamed something. It's quietening down. And it could be around the workplace. It could be also that your work takes off to the next step. You might get a promotion, pay rise, or advancement. Number 5. Okay. Okay, letting the past angst and situations of the past go. So that could be the recent past or the distant past. It could be family past. It could be family trauma. It could be a recent situation that you've let go of and moving into calm waters, taking off in a new direction. Finally letting something go. Number 6, and you've got the 6 of Swords. So finally letting something go. Looking at distant horizons as well. That hill is coming out at me. And distant shores. Looking at where you want to go next and planning some sort of move towards that next goal or next location or next choice. And it could be related to money. It could be related to finances. You might actually have had a settlement with someone and you've, received a financial payout, or you've been talking about money, or you've got some sort of bonus or payout that might have come to you. It could have come out of a job, it could come out of retirement, it could come out of a divorce, something like that. So leaving the past behind you and moving on. It could be just back pay or, some sort of, money that's owed to you from an employer when you do leave, like, unpaid holidays and things like that. So it could be just also a lump sum. So some of you getting a lump sum and moving on. So that's a nice one. Be nice to have a big win and move on, wouldn't it? Yeah. Okay. Here we go, everybody. Here we go. All right. Now we have It Don't Make Sense. Amy, thank you for the 10. What can you expect in the near future? Did you get a good flight to go back to your home country? I would have thought that the father of the child would have paid your ticket for you. Why do you have to pay your ticket? That's an interesting turn of events, Cicely. Interesting turn of events, yeah. Not yet. Somebody will pay your ticket. Yeah, I know it's a better time to travel, like from May onwards. This year it was probably not the best time to travel prior to this because there was a lot of astrological stuff going on. Oh, you're not in contact with him. Okay. Oh, all right. So he's not waiting to meet the child or anything like that. Yeah, you're afraid that he might have tried to take the child away. Yeah, well, there could be a reason why you haven't gone back. There could be a reason. Yeah, unless you really want to go back, maybe change your plans. Maybe you don't need to go back. That window of kind of time might have lapsed. You know what I mean? What can you expect in the near future? Unless you really want to go back, maybe your mother can come and see you. Maybe she can come out to see you where you are and spend some time with you instead. That could work. Okay. Okay, you've had some disappointments you're kind of recovering from or letting go of. Yeah, letting go of some disappointments, letting go of some past, illusions and disillusions. Could be around love, men. etc. You're thinking about visiting a family, yeah. Well, maybe they can come and visit you, or maybe you can meet them somewhere else. You could meet them halfway or somewhere else in a different location. You know, but everything costs money, doesn't it? Okay, so you've got money here you're looking at, Sissy. So you might have been saving. You could have been saving money and doing quite well. Or you're coming into another abundant phase, or you're sitting in a good abundant phase right now that's popping up. You are going to get another promotion, pay rise, or job advancement. So that is coming up on the external. It's going to come quite quickly. There could be somebody that leaves abruptly or disappears abruptly. You're still going to get jealousy and people's kind of harsh words or jealousy around you at work, or some sort of bickering, that type of thing going on. There could also be somebody here around the workplace who does make a move on you, does make a fast move. Yeah, makes a fast move. And I feel like where you're, you know, the situation you're in now, I think it's important to meet somebody who wants a family, who wants, you know, and that's what they lead with. They want to, you know, have a family, get married and have more children. Yeah, I think that's what needs to be led with at this stage, because I do see you potentially wanting another child, or somebody coming in wanting another child, because you're going to get offers and they're not going to be all what you want. Yeah, there's going to be people who are attracted to you, who are going to come at you, but they're not all going to be, you know, what you're looking for. So I think it's important to get very clear about what you want, and the success in that is going to be, you know, shopping for the right person, choosing the right person. What's the Seven of Cups about? Some things being up in the air. Okay. It can be to do with communication with over the seas, faraway places, or love interests. There's a lot of people messaging, but there's not really a lot of action. You want to see the action. So it could be just a timing thing. You want to see the action. I still don't think you've met the guy on the lake yet. Yeah, I still don't think you've met the guy on the lake, or who has the lake property yet. I feel he's still yet to come, and I don't think he's a work-related person. Okay. He could come this summer, you know. I always see him kind of around the summertime. The Italians been favoritizing you, yeah. Yeah, well, you know, and also in Italy, you know, they get 5 or 6 weeks holiday a year, at least 1 month holiday. They get 1 month straight. So he's used to people getting big holidays. Like most places in the world, you get 4 weeks, 5 weeks or 6 weeks off. You know, most places you get big holidays, except for the States. So, you know, people are not going to understand that. He's going to think it's normal giving you 3 weeks off. You know, he's just going to think it's normal, you know. Yeah, it's good to give up on the late guy, because then he might surprise you. So meeting somebody by chance is the best way to go about it. Okay, Elaine, how are you? Welcome back. Your sister got jumped by her next door neighbours. What was all that about, really about? What does that mean, got jumped by her next door neighbours? They attacked her. I think they wanted something. What did they want? Fighting. Physical fighting? Oh God. Jealousy. They thought that maybe she was up to something with somebody that lived there. They're also looking for money, or they think that she's got money. It's a lot of gossip and things going on in their mind. I think they're out of it. I think they're on something. I think they're taking substances and they're kind of out of it. There's something about money. They might have been thinking that she's taken something or that she's done something to one of the members there. Or whoever's male there could have been flirting with her or something like that. And they've taken it in that way. Yeah, but I think underneath it, I think they're on something. Oh, time to move. Oh my God, where is it? Your sister's not in the same building you're in though, is she? Maybe she can come to your building. Your mum's there. She's not in your building. Okay, maybe she can get into your building. Or it might be too expensive. What's in store for you for the rest of the year? Hi, Momoko. How are you from Japan? Hi, hi. Okay, let's have a look at Momoko. Thanks for the likes, everybody. Yeah, I think they snapped, Elaine. I think they snapped. I think it was a intoxicated snap. Like, and then they probably won't remember it the next day, like what happened. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Momoko. Momoko-san. What are we doing for Momoko? What's in store for the rest of the year for Momoko? Let's have a look. Okay. King of Rods and the King of Cups. Wow. Okay, so there's two men here. So I don't know if they're love related or interest related or work related, but there could be a couple of men that you're working with or working for who could be also favoritizing you. They could be helping you in some way, giving you an offer, pay rise, promotion, advancement is what I'm getting coming about. Feels like you have to watch your back. You could also be getting some jealousy. There could be some back pain, potentially physical pain, or you're just being exhausted. So watching your energy levels, watching what's going on. There is a trip coming up for you, or potentially a male, could be a Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo coming in around you. He could be a foreigner, and it's somebody that is going to meet your family. Somebody who is meeting your family or being introduced to your family. You've also got some sort of luck coming in around the family. I don't know if the family have some sort of property or some money, some property that they're selling maybe somewhere, or there's something going on with the family. So there's lucky money here with the family. And you're going to be getting a lot of downloads from spirit, some interesting messages. You've got some visions as well, or you're getting visions. You might be also having difficulty sleeping or a bit of insomnia. You've got some visions here. They could be waking you up. You could have a vivid dream state going on. But inside this dream state, there's some messages here for you. There's good things coming in around you to do with work and finances, is what I'm seeing until the end of the year. You might have an attraction with somebody and you're trying to work out if it's mutual, or you could be fighting or competing for something for more money, for a better position. And I feel like you're going to get it. You're going to get it. You've got really good money here coming in, Momoko. So if it's the money and the job that you're wanting, I feel like you're definitely on a win there. And you've got the contract underneath. Yeah, you're definitely on a win. There could be some money coming in through the family as well, or property or real estate or land or something like that that could be coming through. What's the indecisiveness about, or two ways to go about, is to do with a some sort of legal matter, a contract. So that could be a job-related situation where you feel like you are being noticed for your talents. So definitely noticed here. And you might feel like you've been overlooked, but it'll finally come back around to you. You're finally going to get the job or the position or the money that you want. So if you feel like you've been overlooked, this could be the lucky year for you, where you feel like things are coming in. And these two men here might be orchestrating this help for you. So if they're not in the workplace, they could be in the family, or some sort of, one of them could be at least a romantic interest. Okay. All right, thank you for joining, everybody. Any love predictions for Faye? Let's have a look at Faye. Love predictions with the Love Oracle. AMIRA'S Love Oracle are available on Amazon through a different store. Not my store, the link is in the show more section below each video. So you can look, if you are wanting the Love Oracle, you can go there and get those. Okay, let's have a look. Yes, very exciting, Momoko, true. Any love predictions for Faye? Any love predictions for Faye? Love predictions. Getting an S initial for you, like a Scott, Sam. Okay, love predictions, first, second or last name. All right. You feel like the clock's ticking. You feel like you're only going to give people a certain amount of time. There could be an Ice King or a boss or a father figure type of person that you're interested in, or who's coming in around you. There is a past life link with this person. You feel like you've known them before, or there's a deja vu. You might have known them before in this life or another life, and you feel like there's a synchronicity with this person. They could be a bit cold, detached, or they've got their own business. They're creating something. But you have either a fling with this person, or you're giving them a certain time frame to kind of step up to the plate. Yeah, to step up to the plate, because you know what you want and you're prioritizing what you want, not what other people want. So that's it, Faye. That's looking good. Looks like you've got your priorities in order. Who will okay, Amy, who will likely give me an engagement ring? Any hints about the person? Good question. Welcome, Momoko. Welcome, welcome. Okay. Who will likely give you an engagement ring? Any hints about the person? Okay, jumping card, soulmate. Somebody new that you haven't met before. Somebody completely new. Somebody who lives close by. So neighbours, friends, somebody who lives close by, somebody in your vicinity. You might meet this person at an event or through a female. Could be a matchmaking, could be a speed dating. Something like that. Could be a speed dating, or through a singles event or something like that. Could be a hosted event with a lady. That's something you could do. Go to some sort of singles events. Taking back your power and control of how you meet people, where you meet them, and what type of people you go out with. They could also have some sort of link with property, real estate, and a home. So they're definitely living in a single home, a single family home, or a villa. They could also have some other properties or be interested in property investment or real estate, or they could work in that area. They could be a builder, a developer, do some sort of trade. They might have a roofing business, a plumbing business. Whatever business they have, I feel like they're successful at doing it. Okay? So it's those sort of guys that don't normally meet that many women who are working with male-dominated industries. That's what I feel like he's working in. Yeah. I'm also getting a vision of oil and gas. So I don't know if there's any mines near you, oil and gas pumps. Could be connected to that as well. So I would do some speed dating, singles events, or go to some sort of high society or something like that. Even business, networking types of things. Break out of how you normally meet people. And that could also be how you get a new and different or better job offer even. You might. I think where you are is fine, but you might get it like a job offer like at Rotary or something like that. Rotary Club is always a good one for business. Maybe the late guy, exactly, the house, yeah. So I would just keep going. Keep going, Cicely. All right. Hi, Elaine. Looking forward to dating this summer. Will I end up in a better relationship? You're not in a relationship now, though, are you? Looking forward to dating this summer. Let's have a look, Elaine. What's going on? What's going on? Let's do a time frame. Let's go from May. From May forward. Not really, LOL. Okay. May forward. Let's have a look for Elaine. What's happening? I'm getting an S for you as well, like a Stephen. You've got soulmate too. Could have a soul. Oh, you've got neighbours as well. You've got some similar to Cicely. Okay, neighbours. Somebody close by. Somebody who doesn't live too far away. Got to be careful of these open karmic relationships. Somebody will be trying to pinpoint you for another fling or a targeted open relationship. We've got foreign themes and distance, so I feel like you might want to start looking at dating different backgrounds or different people who live in different neighborhoods. That could be the problem. That could be the problem. Because otherwise you're going to get these guys coming in, flashy, showing you the money. It didn't really work out month by month. Showing you the money and trying to flash their way into things. I'm also getting a P initial, so that could be a good one. You're going to have more than one person that's coming through. I do see you going out to a restaurant, like a steakhouse or something. You're going out on like a proper date. This person could be from overseas. They could be from another country, even Canada. They could be from a different country. Okay. There could also be some travel for you. You might meet someone traveling, even though, yeah, I feel like the neighbours thing is something to do with these karmics. So you might want to avoid people who are just too handy, too close, too handy. Yeah. too easy to try to swing by, that type of thing. Yeah, you might meet someone traveling or going somewhere new or different. Looks like you need to kind of focus on kind of what target you want. What is it you actually want, and start to work out how to go there. Yep. Okay, Cicely. What is your son's father current's intentions about your son? Okay. Sons. Yeah. Write what you want, exactly. And start working out, well, how are you going to target your objectives and not engage with the other objectives, the other people. Fair enough, Elaine. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. What's your son's father current's intentions about your son? Cicely, let's have a look. What's his intentions? I feel like he's quietened down. I feel like he might have, or has just had, or is having another child with his current wife, or he might have a second wife by now. Yeah, I feel like he's targeting somebody else. I feel like she's quite young as well. I feel like she's really young, like barely 20. I'm getting 18 around it, so I don't know. I feel like he's got his hands full. I would still be skeptical about him, about your child. I feel like if you dangled a child in front of him, he might try to do something like try to step in. You've got stability and security. You've got protection. Yeah, I feel like he's targeting other women. Still magic going on with him, but an envy and protection. Yeah, I feel like they've moved their... He might try to dangle something in front of you to get access to your son, but I kind of feel like he's moved his attention to another wife, another bride. I don't know why I'm getting 18. She could be 18. Yeah, another wife, another bride. So I feel at the moment they're kind of not focusing so much on you, which is a good thing. But I think if you go back there and dangle yourself in front of them, then he might snap himself out of it like the shark. Like bait is what I'm saying. You know, bait the shark. That's maybe why you haven't gone back, because you're waiting for the right time, or you haven't been wanting to do that. Okay, Elle, how are you, Elle? You got a question there. Yeah, I feel like they're focusing on something else. Any messages from your father, Elle? What was his first name and when did he pass? Just to get a location. You don't want him near your son, yeah. I think his hands are full. Yeah, I think his hands are full. Hi, Mystic. No, I'm sorry for roasting you. I felt like I roasted you. Yeah. I'm sorry about that as well. Don't worry. No need to apologize. No, it's just about getting the basics sorted out. The basics sorted out. Yeah. Going back to basics. And something else I thought about for you, Mystique, afterwards when I was listening to the Gordon Ramsay show, maybe you should call them and get them to advise you on all of this stuff to do with loans, to do with businesses, to do with your situation, to do with your mother. I mean, they often go back into, you know, parents that have put you down as collateral for their loans and stuff, and how you can reverse that. They have tips and tricks. They know the system. They know the American system. Maybe you should call the Ramsay show and get some advice. You can use a different name if you don't want your name to be on there. Use a totally different name. Just say your name's Mary or something. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, call the Gordon Ramsay show and get some advice on sorting out boundaries with your family about money, and also working out what you need to do for yourself about money. Yep. Because it's about boundaries, and a lot of their questions are about family boundaries. And there was this awful one about this girl who had her uncle borrow from her, I think it was $15,000, because her grandfather was having surgery. Instead of them going into debt with the hospital, they took money off this girl. She was like 19-year-old college student. They took it out of, she gave it to them where she shouldn't have. They took it out of her college fund because they knew she had a college fund. And now 2 years later, he won't pay, this crappy uncle won't pay her back. So yeah, it's really exasperating, these family dynamics, and it's about boundaries, and it's about putting the boundaries down, and sometimes it means walking away from family members, to be honest. Okay, sorry, Elle, got off on a tangent there. Any news from your father? Name of father was Iftikhar, and he passed last year, April. Oh, okay, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. He's got a very warm, glowing energy. He's got a beautiful gold vibe around him. I don't know if he gave you gold, but he's showing me like his heart chakra is kind of emanating and radiating a gold light. That's unusual. I haven't seen that before. He's sending you a lot of love, a lot of energy. He's sending you healing energy as well. He knows that everyone's been suffering. He's also showing me a small dog. I don't know what that means. It could be a sign of loyalty, because dogs are loyal, or he could have a dog with him in spirit who was passed. He's a very old soul, and he's got ascension with the masters, he's telling me. He's studying with the masters. He's got ascension with the masters. He's got archangel energy around him. His gold is going into purple. So it's a very kind of high vibration, like Archangel Michael. He's in a healing place and a study place where he's studying with the masters, he's telling me. He's also showing me a truck. So I don't know if there was something associated with him and a truck, whether it was a small or a large truck. And a wheel. But he's in a very safe, good space. He's in a very light space, light energy. Oh, you had many small dogs. Okay, well, he's showing me one that's kind of tan with a little bit of white on it. And a little tail, short hair dog. Tan with a little tail. Could have been a mix, like a Bitzer, a mix. He's looking after it for you. Very happy dog, very, very, yeah, your dog's definitely with him. Very happy dog, very fun dog, fun, and vocal dog. It might have barked or yapped quite a bit. Looks like it's quite small. He's giving me the name Jeremiah or Jerusalem, Jeremiah, Jericho, maybe something connected to the Middle East, to Mecca, to Israel, to Jerusalem, or a name of that particular energy. Okay. Thank you for joining. Thanks for coming in. For L, that was a nice one. Okay. Nice energy though, very high vibe energy. What's the person on my mind intentions? Oh, you got someone on your mind, Michi? Juicy question. Juicy question, Michi, juicy question. What's the person on your mind intentions? Elle says, I know about boundaries. Mystique. Yeah, call that particular show. Call them. They've got a hotline you can call. They answer thousands of calls. The Gordon Ramsay show. Start watching their videos on YouTube. They have them, a lot of their calls live. It's not television, it's on YouTube, it's radio. They could be on a radio show as well where people call in live. It's on YouTube. You can call, they've got all the information there. It's not on TV. No, it's on YouTube. And they have their own courses that they give people for free, like their own kind of, they call it the university of something. It's like a leveling up financial university. And they give them to people who call in who are in you know, difficult situations. But you hear all sorts of stories. Everything from short sales to people who have, you know, issues with husbands spending too much money, or wives, or all sorts of things. Divorces, everything. Family members getting in on your business. Okay, what's the person on your mind's intentions, Michi? And Michi says, don't forget your name is Mary when you call them. Yeah, because they'll put it on their tag for the show. They'll put it like on the screen. They'll say, Mary from Illinois. You have to say your state or city. So yeah, you could just say, I think they put the city. So I'd use your city because they know what's happening in certain cities in America, and they know about the commerce industry and potential. They know also about Airbnb rules. So you can run stuff by them. Just say, look, this is what I've been wanting to do. You know, and they can give you some, you know, solid advice about how things work and the best way moving forward for you, you know, and your daughter, you know, because it's either you or your daughter or both together. You've got to work out if that, you know, you're doing this together, you're doing something separately. Like, you've got to work all of that out. Yeah. What's the person on your mind? Ooh, jumping card. Open. Okay, they might be looking at you to have a fling. Intentions. They might be thinking that you want to have a fling. What's the intentions of the person on your mind? They see you as being very colourful. They see you as being youthful. They see you as being very attractive, fashionable. different, you know, alternative or musical even. Okay. Is it your past love? Or what's their intentions? Are they thinking about a past love, or are you their past love? So if it's you, then they're thinking about you. Their intentions is to communicate with you more and to come forward more, communicate with you more, find out more. So I would say find out about them, like work out what they want, you know, what they want and what they're offering. I do feel like there's, if it's not them, there's a destined meeting with somebody else. Potentially someone else. Destined meeting by chance and destiny, if it's not them. Or that if you've just recently met them, then they could be thinking it was destined to meet you. The good things coming towards you, Mystique. Let's have a look. Good things coming towards Mystique. Let's see. Yeah, when you've got so much going on, and I can say the same thing for me as well. You've got to go back to basics. So if you've got health issues like I had with my wrist, you've just got to work on those issues until it's sorted out. You know, you have to go back to the foundation. So health is the foundation, and then you work up from there. Yeah. Oh, Elle, your father was very studious. You can see him studying on the other side. When you get a chance, you're going to get your deck again. If you want the box, Mystique, I would say get it now, because I think the publisher who's going to publish it next might do it in a tuck box, like these ones, a wee tucky box. They don't have the printer available to be able to do the nice box. So if you want the box, and I don't know how many they've got left, but they'll be getting low, I can tell you that. Sorry, I don't want to push you to get a deck, but they'll be getting low because they only got the rest, like the remaining decks of mine that were left in Amazon. I gave them to them to sell. So yeah. So if you want the box, it might not mean anything to you. If they end up printing it, it'll be probably a tuck box. Yeah, sometimes you've just got to work on basics, get back to basics. Just do the health stuff first, get it all done. I mean, I'm very big at getting everything done health-wise, because then you just feel like you've got everything sorted. But I have Venus in Virgo, so that's also why, you know, why I like to focus on health, wellness, fitness, body. I'm down to my goal weight, actually. Finally, I'm down to my goal weight, so I'm really happy. Back down to my goal weight. Good things coming towards you, Mystique. Good things coming towards you. Yeah, it's whatever you feel is a priority for you. For me, it's about fitness, health, body image, and any health issues. Dental, mental, body, mind, and spirit. So mental health, physical health, and physical health helps your self-esteem as well. Well, it's tied in to your self-esteem. Okay, good things coming towards you, Mystique. Let's have a look. And sometimes you've got to get rid of all the other ideas just to get back to basics, like go live in a studio or something. Go live in just a small, tiny apartment or something that you can afford to get yourself back to how you want to, you know, how you want to be, to get your energy back, especially if the environment you're in is not working. So that's also the first thing, is the environment. The second thing is the health. You've got to get yourself into the right environment. Well, this looks good with money, looks good financially, things coming up. Be careful not to get pregnant, but I feel like you've got the Emperor, the Empress. You could meet somebody who is, you know, on par with you, is a good balance, a good partner. Could also be a boss, somebody who might help you with a new job, and also moving forward. I feel like you're going to move. I do feel like you're going to move with the Chariot. Could be around July, could be around your birthday. You might find a small, you know, apartment to move into or something, just something small. Yeah, just something small, something easy. Just, you know, just look out for yourself. Don't worry about your daughter. She can work it out for herself. Just look out for yourself. Okay. Okay, Amy, let's have a look. 5. Thank you for the 5. Any future prediction about your son? Will he do good in the future? Okay. I feel like he's a happy child. I don't know, is he still really athletic? I see him doing well, like speaking to people, or doing well on a podium talking to people. So I don't know if he's wanting to go to college eventually or something, but I see him being a spokesperson for maybe a group or a party of some description, a group, a political party even, or a movement of some description. Excuse me. Any predictions about your son? I see him talking on a podium, so he could be good at debating, debating, as well as sports. He could be good at academics as well as sports. I think finding a husband would be a good idea for him to have a strong father figure around him. Yeah. You know, if this Italian is serious, tell him to get on the page, you know. If he wants to meet your son or be around your son, tell him to get on the page. Just say your son needs a father figure, a strong male figure. That is marriage material, not any of this living together BS that the Italians do. They all do that. Yeah. Not all of them, but a lot of them do, in Italy specifically. Okay, because you're going to have another baby. Maybe he wants a sibling. I do feel your son is going to have opportunities. He wants a sibling. You know, certain things. He's going to be a star. Yeah, very good health-wise, very good energy-wise. A lot of energy, so he could definitely excel in sports again. Yeah, I feel like he's going to be a good all-rounder. But you might want to get, like, as long as you're okay, he's going to be fine. You know, so that's what children, you know, children get the energy from. As long as you're okay, they're going to be okay. He told you he's not with women. Did he move out? Maybe he can take you to Italy and show you, you know. or he even sent her back to, but is she living in his apartment in Italy or their apartment? Yeah, have they settled anything they need to settle? You know, you need to ask him all these questions. And you need to be able to go to Italy and see who his family is, where they live, how they live, and who they are. You know, you don't want this woman peering at you, and, you know, you don't want her lingering. She could be living in his apartment in Italy, for all you know. Yep. Mary Mac. You've been telling your daughter to start a plan. Why don't you do it, Mystique? Why don't you just go for an apartment for yourself? You know, and is your daughter paying half the rent, you know, that you're paying to your parents, you know, for your room? Yeah. He asked you to come to his place. What to do? To live or to just stay over? You know, you don't want to just shack up with somebody. You want somebody to be a husband. You want a husband, not a boyfriend. You have to be very clear with these men about that. Because if they know that, they're either going to back off or they're going to step up. And if you're married, you're married, and nobody can get in the way of that, you know? Like, none of these de facto wives, these exes that say they have a claim on him or whatever, none of them have got any say, you know, can get into, you know, can get in between that. Okay, Mystique, what's the person on your mind? Intentions, actions towards you. You're itching to hit that block button, Michi. How hilarious. Stuck between being social and just going into hermit mode. I think it's the transition of time. I think we should wait until May really hits, you know, the energy of May. Get out of this April energy. Thanks, Michi. Thank you, thank you. Let's have a look. What's the person on your mind, intentions, thoughts, and actions with you? Okay, let's have a look, Mystique. Person on your mind, intentions, thoughts, actions with you. I mean, they're going to ask you on the Gordon Ramsay show, you know, is your daughter also contributing to the rent? You know, you can just apply for something small for yourself. It doesn't have to be very much. It can be like 500 a month, 600 a month even. Okay. What's the person on your mind's intentions, thoughts? Okay, jumping card, the dark male. Okay, he wants to date you, but he also wants his freedom. He might be thinking about traveling or the sense of you traveling. So I wouldn't tell any of these guys you're going anywhere, because you're not going anywhere right now. You don't have plans to go anywhere right now. Somebody might be wanting to take you on a trip if that's what they want, or they're thinking of traveling to go somewhere to do something, to see someone. They might be wanting to take you away for a spicy weekend. A spicy weekend. Okay. And they know that you want a serious relationship. and you're going to talk about it. I feel like they're going to talk to you about it, or you're going to talk to them about it. Yeah, you don't want to have an affair. You don't want to have just a fling. You want like a proper husband as well. You want a proper partner in every sense of the word. You've got to start attracting people who have their shit together. Sorry. Yeah, who have their ducks in a row. They've got their stuff together, and they don't have any of these karmic patterns that are replicating, you know, issues with your family. Mystique L says, I used to know someone that got a job in a huge apartment complex, and she either got free rent or hugely discounted rent plus a salary. There you go. Yeah, that can work. That can work. Yeah, it's a psychological thing, Mystique, and I know that you probably can't do psychotherapy, see a psychologist, but if you can on a subsidized rate or something, it might be worth unraveling all of that, because you've got patterns that keep repeating, and it might just help you get things in order. Okay, let's have a look at Amy. Hi, Amy. I got a dream where a beautiful horse comes straight to me, licking my face, loving me, and became very loyal to me. What does that mean? Okay, what color was the horse? Okay, that is action. It's probably a very male feeling, very masculine feeling. It could even be something to do with your son as well. Yeah, it could be your son, especially if it was very loving, very loyal. Or it could be if you felt like this horse was like quite powerful. Yeah, if this horse was quite powerful, then I feel like it could be a male. Yeah, I think it's better for Mystique to, like about the counselling, Mitch. Yeah, I think it's better for Mystique to get somebody in America who knows the laws there, who knows the ropes, who knows the laws and the regulations, and how to work with the system. Yeah, how to work with the system, because counsellors and therapists, they know how the system works. So they'll say you can get this through this, you can get like Medicaid and that, this is changing. They'll have, you know, not hundreds of clients, but they'll have a lot of clients that they'll know information about how the system works. And sometimes they'll be subsidized by insurance, etc., or government situations. So they can help with those sort of things. They know how things work. So that's also good. Yeah, what colour was the horse? What colour was the horse? Yeah, you need to have a serious talk with him. Yeah, don't believe a word these Italians say. A lot of stuff that comes out of their mouth is just, you know, and it's not just Italian men, it's all men. But certain men more than others. Grey. Oh, interesting. So that could be a mature man with grey hair. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. That's unusual. Yeah, so you might meet this mature man with grey hair who is loyal and is honourable and protective. Yeah, you've got to look at the action, not the words. Yeah, actions, not the words. Doesn't matter what they say. You want to see proof, and you want to see action. You want to see proof and action. Yeah, you never believe anything they say, Mystic. I know you don't. Yeah, I know you don't, because you've been there and done it. You've seen too many patterns repeat. Okay, let's have a look at Elaine. What does that family think about me not reacting to them fighting your sister? Okay. I think they were so caught up in their own stuff. I also feel like they might have thought that you might have called the police or called somebody on it, or that you just didn't want to get involved. You wanted to maybe call, you know, she might need to get a restraining order against them or something, you know. It could have been bad words or fights that they had, or they probably thought that you're protecting yourself, and that you might do something behind their back, like call the authorities or something like that, and that you're just standing your ground. Yep. Not wanting to get too involved with anything, or that you were in shock or something. Yeah. Well, they might have been thinking also that you're just not like your sister, or that you're not getting involved. Did I show everybody my big candle? I'm going to do this candle for the collective, for the new moon in Taurus. Nice green colour for Taurus. Lots of abundance and beautiful earth energy. Earth energy with the leaves on it. I'm going to do this candle and keep you updated with the candle to let us know how we're going. You're going to call them in your face. Okay. Thanks, Michi, for your donations and everything, your moderation. Well, you've already had some counselling. How long did that go for, Mystic? Did you change anything with that, or do you think that it's just being in your mother's house is just not a good idea? You call the police, you don't care, exactly. Hi, Miss K, how are you, my dear? Thank you for the 5. What does your Taurus male co-worker I spoke to today currently think of you? Okay. Taurus male co-worker. I'm getting the word pleasant, so he might think that you're trying to be cordial or pleasant. There's a passionate vibe there. I don't know if he wants a relationship or he's looking to have fun. He might be wanting to have a fling, fun. He might have crossed his mind, you know, that he might want to have fun with you or a fling with you. There could be a passionate feeling of his towards you, if that's him. Dark hair, dark eyes, not necessarily dark skin, darker than lighter for their cultural background. Yeah, I feel like he might, if anything, if there is some sort of chemistry with him, there could be an undercurrent of a feeling of a fling with this guy. Yeah, well, it sounds abusive, Mystique, if there's negative comments directed at you. I mean, you've got to tell them to shut up, you know? Tell them to shut up. Yeah. You know, you could very well disown some of your family, you know? You could very well disown them. Channel the colour green, the candle to use for this moon, yeah. All right. How long did you do therapy for? I mean, you should have worked something out. Last calls, everybody. That's possible, Elaine, sorry, yeah. Yeah, well, it sounds like a very messy situation, Mystique. Very, very messy. And you have to stand up for yourself. If your daughter's standing up for you, you should stand up for yourself as well. But it sounds like they're just going to keep on doing it. You know, you've allowed them to do it this far, so they're just going to keep on doing it. And it sounds very abusive if you ask me. But your therapist probably told you that anyway. Okay, everyone. I'm going to close in a little bit. You're losing your patience. Just one thing at a time, Mystique. One thing at a time, yeah. You got to deal with the environment and the health. I'm sure you'll work it out. Yeah, I'm sure you'll work it out. I'm going to leave the chat open. Most welcome, Michi. Most welcome. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be doing the candle for the collective for the new moon in Taurus and giving you updates with little videos on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And giving you updates about the candle and the wax and everything else. So we'll see how we go with it all. You know, you might need to go on antidepressants or something, Mystique, to get yourself all, you know, sorted out. You might need to. Okay. But sorting the health out first is the most important thing. Mental, physical health. Six-month reading, Mystique. Thank you, thank you. Let's have a look. 6-month reading. What do we want to know for Mystique? 6-month reading. Thanks for joining, everybody. Truly appreciate it. This will be the last one, unless there is a another super chat that pops in. Yeah, I'm not sure why you didn't apply for jobs at apartment complexes before. I mean, there's a lot of things you could be doing. Are there any jobs at apartment complexes? Are there any vacancies? You know? Let's see. Okay. 6-month read for Mystique. Let's have a look. Yeah, call Gordon Ramsay show, Mystique. Call them about the finances and the options moving forward. And they always say, do not ever borrow any money for a business. Don't borrow money for a business. Don't take out loans. And even cars. Okay, mystique. May. Cycles of change in May. Looking good. Bride, wife, engagement. Somebody could be getting engaged or married or wifed up in June. It might be you, it might be someone else. It could be your daughter. She might meet somebody. She might get engaged. July, freedom and action. So finally in July, I feel like you're really going to feel, unless you go in May, because you got freedom, you got change there. But July is looking very good for freedom and action. And August, endings and beginnings with the wheel. So you feel like finally you've turned a corner with all of this. And going in a new direction by September. You're often running in a completely new direction. You know, you could have all your ducks in a row. You might have everything sorted out with your work, with your finances, all of that sort of thing. We've got the groom here as well. That's looking good. The key to unlock something. You might even meet somebody by moving or changing something in your life. You could meet somebody there at this other situation, location, who you end up moving in with or marrying or getting engaged to. I think all of this is going to pay off. All of this stress and angst and anxiety and difficulty is going to pay off, but it's about doing things, just really like dumbing down everything and doing things one thing at a time. Like getting one thing at a time done, like write a list and just check everything off. Because in the end, you've got the wisdom keeper and the lion. I feel like you're going to get your strength back. You're going to get your wisdom back. You're going to get better news and messages back. You're going to get keys to unlock doors. And things will start flowing. So it's like being in an abusive marriage. Sometimes you have to leave and live in a shelter or live in temporary accommodation or get a very small studio. You know, just look at it like that. You're in an, abusive domestic, emotionally and financially abusive domestic situation where you have to get out of. And that could be just the first emergency. And then after that, you can take care of your health. You can do everything that you need to do. You're going to change your body too. You've got the scarab underneath. You're going to change your body. You're going to transform yourself internally and externally, mentally, emotionally, physically. So it's about looking at this realistically from an objective point of view and not being so immersed in the crap of the situation and taking things one step at a time. Because you've got great cards, there's no need in, for it to be as bad as it is. Extortion with a smell. Thank you, Elle. Wish you all the best as well. Thank you so much. Yeah, you've got great cards, Mystique. So you shouldn't have to be in this angst, So it could be also just being in an abusive situation, abusive. Mentally, physically. You could also have some sort of psychological issues as well because of that, because of your background, because of your upbringing, etc., because of the dynamics. It might be just too much for the nervous system to deal with, and you can't deal with it. Boo and boodettes. Thanks, Mystique. Thank you. Yeah, it's about protecting yourself, getting yourself into a safe space, and just being able to breathe. Okay. Your niece has got engaged. Ah, okay. And your daughter's boyfriend is awesome. Okay, fantastic. You're working in an apartment complex would be great, and you've got good, you know, background references. I mean, you transport children. You know, if you can do that, you can work anywhere. PTSD. It could be PTSD. It could be a number of things. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, there's only 20% African Americans in America. You're limiting your choice by just going for one demographic. You have to expand your horizons. Yeah, he's Guatemalan. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Because these women of a certain age, they just go for African American men, and every single one of them is going for African American men. It's just too competitive. I wouldn't import anybody into America. No way. No. No, you want someone who's solid and has a job, and that's the least of your worries, mister. You shouldn't even be looking for a boyfriend. You've got other things to deal with. Yeah. Well, maybe it's your energy. You know, you haven't been putting yourself in the right places to get attractions from different people. Yeah, I think it's just, you should just focus on yourself. Don't worry about men at this stage. Absolutely not. When you're in a position of power, you know, you're going to attract other men who are on a different level. You know, you have to also work out it's okay to be alone, you know, to talk to yourself. And you can always go out to karaoke and meet people, or singles events and stuff. Yeah. Anyway, my dear, lots of love and blessings, everybody. I will be doing the candle for everybody, the beautiful candle for everyone for the new moon, and giving you updates on that. So check back in. I'll be back in a couple of days. I'm going live now every couple of days. So I'll be back every, say, 2 to 3 days at the very most. You know, you can have male friends, you can just expand your social network, you know. Thanks for the candle. You should go ahead and do that now, JD. Leaving it to the last minute. You might have just joined us. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, you have to look at the demographics, like how many people live in America. Like, I've dated Asian guys, I've dated, Latino guys. You know, you have to look outside your demographic. You know, I would probably date African guys as well, but I just haven't had that coincidence of meeting anyone who was in that realm. And I think they just get spoilt by African women, to be honest. I think African women just take, you know, they've got too many options, and a lot of the options are very easy options. So they're not going to make anything difficult, you know. They're going to go for the easiest target they can get. So when you're dating outside of your race, then you can, well, I don't like calling it a race because it's human race, it's cultural background. When you're dating outside your culture, people have different levels of what they need to do to get a wife or a girlfriend. They've got different levels in their mind, you know. So they've got different what do you call it? Different things that you can learn about, you know, different values is what I want to say. Different values. Yeah, different values you can learn about. You know, I dated this Asian guy who was a doctor, Chinese doctor. Nothing happened with him. I felt like he tried to rush things, and I pulled out. But he was a surgeon in California. Yeah. But, you know, you just give them a chance and just see what the deal is, you know. Seems like the black guys of the generation want princess treatment, most likely. And to be honest, there's not enough of them to go around. You know, there's just not. There's too many women who they're looking for African men. There's just too many. I'm sorry to say that, but it's just the facts. And you see a lot of, you know, you see some African women with Latino men. It's a great match. With, you know, Caucasian men. You know, it's a great match. It can be a great match. So some people are very, you know, educated in their own environment that they've grown up in to only date inside the culture. And I know women like that. I've got clients that are like that, and they won't go outside their culture, and they're not married, you know, and they're in their 40s or 50s and they're not married. They're not married. And there's a reason why. You know, you have to look at the facts. You have to be open to all cultures, really. Anyone from all cultures. And not sponsoring men into the country, absolutely not. You don't want to be responsible for anyone. Well, some people do, JD. Yeah, some people do. People don't want to be of service of a provider. Well, it depends on what their values are. You've got to get a man with some values, you know. Love or career in May. Okay, so what's the love about and what's the career about? Well, you might soften your approach if you're dating men who have the right approach, Mystique. You might not have to be blunt if you've got the man who's doing all the right things. You don't have to say anything or be blunt about anything. Yeah. When they have money and stuff they don't have, yeah, they can be predatory. Some of them can. Yeah, absolutely. Or they can be, you know, trying to pimp you out for something. Yeah, exactly. You don't know what their background is. They can all appear to be very nice. You don't know if they're a doctor, or a lawyer, or, you know, or they're on the streets until you know. Okay, JD, what's going on for love or careers? Well, can we kind of hone in on love or career? You've been celibate since you left a bad relationship. Okay, let's see what comes up. Yeah, and most people in America are earning, you know, and men earning 35 to 50k a year. So sometimes you've just got to work with that. If you've got a good guy with good intentions and good morals and good values, sometimes you've just got to work with somebody who is going to be loyal and is going to be a good partner. Oh, you've got a good one, JD. Well, it's worth being celibate then, because you've got a really nice wish coming true. You might meet somebody out of the blue. I feel that's going to give you a wish coming true. Yeah. There's a nice wish coming true here. A lot of things coming to an end, coming to a cycle. So I don't know if it's been like a year or there's like a culmination of a cycle here that you're tying up or rounding off. You're going to be working out what to do next. You're in a little bit indecisive about what to do next. You will be getting a big offer. So that offer could be love and career. Love and career. I do feel like there could be a romantic guy coming in around you who is a businessman. He might work with contracts. He could work with the law or even the military, I'm getting as well. You might, yeah, you've been weighing up your pros and cons. You're not 100% sure about moving forward right now. You still feel a bit captivated by the past. So you're focusing on really finalizing things, clearing things out, setting a new stage, getting a new vibe going. And it could be a spring sort of clean. It could be a new vibe, a new direction, a new choice, but you haven't actually made a step yet in that direction, but you're looking at it. But when you feel like you've finalized things and things have come back around, you've got a new contract coming in. When things come back around and you've got passion within your life and within yourself, you've got your own passions and joys and focuses. So you feel like there's a good energy coming within yourself. And when you feel that, it's going to unlock a lot of doors. I do feel you're going to go out more. I feel that you're going to do some cultural things. You might go to galleries or museums or some sort of events or something like that. You're going to go out maybe to the theatre. You're going to go out sort of like mixing with different people, going to different venues, going to different locations, and even making new friends. I feel like there's also big potential new contracts coming up in the workplace, inside the current job or in a new position. If you're wanting to close anything off, you can close them off because you've got two big wheels of closure. Yeah, I think you'll meet somebody organically, to be honest, JG. You'd love to meet a nice guy. I think you'll meet someone organically in the right place at the right time. All right, everybody. You're 5'9", Mystique, and he's 5'4". Yeah, you can date a shorter guy if they like dating taller women, yeah. But you've got to get somebody who is actually doesn't have baggage. This guy John's got too much baggage. And try not to get too ahead of yourself. You know, working with a guy, this and that, you know, even thinking about being too boy crazy is not going to help you. You know, you're going to have to get one thing done, one thing sorted out at a time, one step. Yeah, and just because he likes dating taller women, don't take that as flattery. You know, don't take that as flattery. He's expanding his selection. That's what he's doing. He's not going for women who are, who are up to his height. He's actually leading by example, of expanding his selection. So, you know what I mean? So why shouldn't you do that in a different way? Not for short men so much, but for men of different backgrounds. Yeah. Okay, my dears. Lots of love and blessings moving forward. Thanks, Michi, for moderating. Truly appreciate it. He's a liar. Who's a liar? Oh, he's a liar. About his height. Yeah. I'm 5'9" as well. Yeah, get out of your parents. That's a great, great goal to have. Lots of love and blessings, everybody. Take care, and I'll speak to you on the next live. If you'd like to do a pre-order, you're most welcome, and I'll see you then. Ciao, ciao. Who cares about what Jay says? No, who cares about what Jay says? Who cares? Don't take anything as flattery. I think he'd poke a stick at anything. Don't take it as flattery. Thank you, thank you.